Hello, dear Patreons and channel members, and welcome to yet another episode of Spells by the Moon. In today's episode, I am bringing one more oil recipe you've probably already seen on the title of the video. It is this cutie here, the Death Oil. This month, we are having a beautiful dark moon in Scorpio, which is a very dense and mysterious and magical energy, so I thought it would be the perfect timing for a death oil moment. We are having this dark moon today on November 1st, so I do advise you to get your ingredients together if you can, because this is a very potent moon, very good for this type of working. So what is the death oil aimed at? What is it for? It is for, as the name says, death. Not literally, but to bring that energy of ending, closure. It's definitely a baneful ingredient that you can use to dress candles. You can put it on your spells. You can put it on certain places that you want to take that energy to. As I usually say, your creativity and resourcefulness are the limit. So what are you going to use to make this oil? You are going to need a little glass bottle with a lid that you can close, okay, with a tight lid. You are going to need anything that represents death, anything that comes from somebody who is no longer here. In this case, I used bird bones. Actually, only one. I took the largest one that I had and I chose one that was broken. This bone came from a bird that was run over by a car and I cleaned it all myself. So it has a very specific energy of like unexpected death, unexpected departure from this life. And I thought that a broken bone would be a very good representation of that. You will also need cemetery dirt. I mean, you don't need a bunch of ingredients, okay? It's not about quantity, it's about quality of the energy and of the intention, all right? So a bone from a creature. You can also use dead bugs if that's available to you, if you have found some. You can also use, I don't know, anything that represents death, okay? Cemetery dirt. And for herbs, I don't advise you to use anything toxic or poisonous because you will be handling this oil with your hands, so I don't recommend that. Even though I did add some black nightshade. Black nightshade is a toxic plant, but I've added the dried version because I have that plant at home. Add that plant to your own discretion, okay? I'm not responsible for any kind of allergies or anything, any effects that this herb could have on you. Use it to your own discretion, all right? And I have also added mint. Mint is one of my go-to herbs when it comes to baneful magic, even though people don't usually associate mint with baneful workings. Well, I do because of the mythological story of Mint being a woman who was the secret lover of the wife of Persephone. Persephone found out, killed that woman, and buried her in her garden. This woman was called Mint, and from her grave, a mint plant grew. So I always add some mint to my baneful workings most of the time, and I thought it would be a good idea to add it to this oil as well. When it comes to the carrier oil, I chose two. I chose castor bean oil, which is a very potent ingredient. It is commonplace in Brazilian culture to use it in baneful magic. And I topped that, of course I didn't use a lot because I don't currently have a lot, but I topped that with olive oil. And you are just going to put everything in your little jar, in your little glass bottle. If you can put it in a dark bottle, it's better, but I didn't have one. Dark bottles, they can hold oils much more better than clear glass bottles. You simply put all your ingredients in there, close the lid, give it a good shake, and then in the night of the dark moon, you are going to light a black candle right beside it and let it burn down. You are going to cast your intentions on top of this oil and tell it exactly what you want it to do. Anything concerning endings, transformation, death, something to stop, something to cease to exist, something to vanish, or someone. As I have mentioned, your creativity is the limit. What are you going to use it for? Make sure to enjoy the energy of this dark moon, especially during this time period. It's November, Samhain is upon us, and this oil couldn't be crafted under better circumstances. Honestly, energetically speaking, it's the best time of the year ever. Do not miss it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and remember, practice makes perfect. So let's get witching. Bye bye, and I'm gonna see you in the next post.